Hey everybody, welcome back to Clow Country. My family has been making maple syrup on the Clow farm for over 200 years, so in the next couple of videos, I'm going to take you along for the journey. Here we go. Our sugar shanty sits on the edge of the field in a general central location to all of our maple trees. Every year, we try to make some small improvements to the building, with last year upgrading the wood storage on the left-hand side. It might not look like much, but making maple syrup is just a hobby, and this building gets the job done. Dad is splitting up some wood to get the fire going. You can see all the wood we have stored, and we will go through most of it this season. When sap comes from the tree, the water needs to be boiled out to get a higher sugar content and a more syrup consistency. 40 liters of sap will make 1 liter of maple syrup. The fire right now is being used to boil the water in the pans that will be used to clean the pans and later used to rinse the buckets before we put them up. This is our spring cleaning for the sugar shanty. With no power on site, we rely on this generator. It'll run all of our power tools, our lights for the sugar shanty, and our transfer pump to help pump the sap from our collection barrel to our tank. You will see this in later videos. With all the buckets cleaned and rinsed, we load them up into the gator and we move out to the sugar bush to start installing them on the tree. In order to get the sap out of the tree, we need to have a spout. This spout is actually called a spile. Dad's drilling a hole in the tree in an upward angle, and then we're later going to tap a spile into that hole. This will allow the sap to flow out of the tree and collect in the bucket attached to the spile.
Dad goes through and he drills the hole in the tree. And he leaves a stick in the hole. Anyway, I come through, I'll take the stick out. And that's a spile. So that's what gets all the sap. That's what the sap runs through coming out of the tree. We got a bunch of different styles. As you can see, you tap those into the hole and they'll stay in the tree and then the sap will run out. And these ones here, they have the hook on the bottom for each side, and that's what's going to hang the bucket. So now that the spile's in the tree, you can already see the sap running down when the hole was drilled. And you can see there's the first sap coming out of the tree. So we'll place the bucket on and then we're going to place a lid. This will help with any rain and snow that we're going to get throughout the next couple of weeks.
As you can see, we're usually working in our shadow. This is because the spile is placed on the south or southwest side of the tree. This is when the sun is most powerful in the late morning and early afternoon. Sap flows best when it gets down to about -5 at night and above freezing during the day. Even if the air temperature doesn't get above freezing, the radiation from the sun on the south side of the tree will help promote sap flow.
Year after year, you can see some of the old holes that we have. There's a couple around this tree. We've tapped this tree every year for the last quite a few years. And then you can see, as soon as I put that in, we got fresh sap running out.
With all this hard work going on and a beautiful day, it's the perfect time to cook hot dogs on the fire and have an outdoor picnic with the family.
So that's a maple. This is a maple. The one in the back is a basswood. This is a hickory.
How's Jill and Riley doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Feel nice and toasty in there.
Oh yeah, just keeping warm.
So you can see the smaller trees, we got one bucket. And the tree's a little bit bigger in the back. And some of the bigger trees here, we have 2 buckets on them. Again, back to 1. And some of the trees, we even have 3 buckets on them.
Me and Riley waiting for a ride because it's a little stuck.
The Ontario Snowmobile Trail runs through our property, and after being used for a whole season, this creates a nice hard-packed snow surface that we can share with our equipment. Right here, I was turning the plow truck around and I got off the hard-packed trail and it instantly sunk in the field. No worries though, as I had the tractor out to plow some trails for tapping. I hooked the tractor to the front of the truck, but the plow and the plow frame was starting to dig into the trail. While this is probably going to be the last day the trail is going to be opened, I didn't want to ruin it anymore, so I turned the tractor around and hooked onto the back of the truck. There I was able to pull the truck out backwards. A couple friends snowmobiling by stopped in to watch the entertainment. This is the kind of fun we get to have out in the country. So that's just a small introduction to how we tap trees on the Clough farm. Of course, we still have to collect the sap and boil it down, which should be coming up in some future videos. So stay tuned for those, and thanks for watching.